This episode is sponsored by The Alcohol Experiment, a free 30-day challenge designed to interrupt your patterns, give you control, restore your health, and put you back in touch with the version of you who doesn't need alcohol to cope, relax, or enjoy life. More than 220,000 people have already tried The Alcohol Experiment for themselves and have seen improved sleep, increased happiness, reduced anxiety, and so much more. Join thousands in this inspiring, hopeful, and exciting program where you examine your beliefs and reconnect with the best version of you without ever feeling like you're missing out. Start today for free at alcoholexperiment.com. Hi, this is Annie Grace, and welcome to This Naked Mind podcast. Today, I am answering some questions from readers and from people in our programs, and I am going to do a few of them for you. So I did an alcohol experiment. And I couldn't make it to 30 days. Why is that? So everything that I just said about substance, society, and self, plus when we are in the cycle of day one, I believe we often need a pause in order to allow new information to come in. So again, this naked mind, you change your drinking by learning something new, unwinding old beliefs, installing new beliefs, both at a conscious and subconscious level. That's how it works. That new knowledge helps you feel something new. When you feel something new, you actually, without desire, there is no temptation. If you don't feel like you want to drink, if you don't desire it, you are not tempted, right? And then when you feel something new, you can do something new. You can change your drinking with relatively little pain. And that's why this naked mind feels like a magic trick. But here's the thing. If you are in that cycle of day one, that is such a loud, hateful place to be. It's so full of what's called cognitive dissonance, which is fighting with yourself. And if you think about it for a minute, if you fight with somebody across the street, or if you've even witnessed fighting on television, you're going to feel that in your body. You're going to feel anxious and uncomfortable. But if you're fighting in your own house, it's even worse. If you're fighting inside your heart, we do it so much in this drinking journey that we totally discount it, but it is really painful. And what do we do when we're in pain? We drink. And because it's so painful and it's so loud because of all the fighting that's happening, should I not? I can't believe I did. What's wrong with you? You're so dumb. You're so stupid. You're broken, blah, blah, blah. All of that, you can't let in new knowledge. There's no room for it. Which is why in the path, the P stands for pause. We literally, and I know it's radically counterintuitive, we literally stop trying to stop drinking. And during that time, we do two things. We awaken self-compassion and we rewire your brain. And with that new knowledge, you feel differently. You don't want to drink. And then when you don't want to drink, doing that action is easy. And so if you can't make it to 30 days, that's why. What about physical withdrawal symptoms? This is a brilliant question. So if you have not been able to take a multi-day break, we always recommend, and there's lots of information as you're coming into any of our programs and on our websites and everything else, we always recommend that you work with your doctor because I am not a doctor. I am someone who is like, I call myself like a wounded healer. Like I had my own journey and I have really strict criteria for how I teach and what I share. It's either has to be my own experience or a proven study that I can point to. But what I don't have is I don't have a medical degree. And I would never claim to. I am not a therapist. I am not a doctor. And I know that my material helps people. I literally just recently was on a website that somebody sent to me. And of all time, the best-selling book of all time in this category is This Naked Mind, according to this, it's bookinfo.org or something like that. So it's one of those websites that amalgamates all sorts of books, which is incredible considering how long the big book has been around for. And the big book, AA book, is number 2. But the reality of that is like my authority in this area comes from my own story and my own journey. And I never want anybody to get confused about that because that's really important. What I am not is a doctor. And so it's very important that if you feel like you might have withdrawal symptoms, if you haven't been able to take a multi-day break, or if you start to have any withdrawal symptoms, the coaches immediately point you to talking to your doctor because there's lots of different things they can do. They can give you medication. They can help you taper. We talk about that a lot. But again, you're not starting, especially a PATH program, on day one. You're learning first. You're letting yourself off the hook first. You're awakening self-compassion first. You're stopping trying to stop. Literally, that's the first step. Stop trying to stop. Awaken your power. Understand who you are. learn something new. And then you have all the knowledge, especially about physical withdrawal symptoms, to make the right decisions when you're ready to take a break. Awesome. How do I deal with self-talk throughout the day? It's constant conflict. Yeah, the conflict comes from cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance means thinking, disagreement, cognitive dissonance. And thinking disagreement is just so incredibly loud. And so I think one of the best ways to deal with that self-talk is to take that pause, is to, stop, allow the time and space to heal and learn. And then when you're ready, it's amazing how your drinking just kind of fades away. I mean, it literally just fades away. Like people, I know I've said this before, but like that's what starts happening. And as the coaches, we are having these little celebrations in the background. We're like, oh my gosh, like, look, so-and-so, they wrote in, they're like, I just didn't even finish my drink last night. I don't know who am I even? I don't even recognize myself. I just didn't want it. And it's so powerful. Have you tried the alcohol experiment? Okay, if not, drop everything and go to thisnakedmind.com/experiment. This free 30-day challenge is designed to interrupt your patterns and put you back in touch with the best version of you. You remember it was that version of you that's living your most joyful life, the version that doesn't need alcohol to relax or to have a good time and is having more fun than ever. And again, this is a totally free challenge that will change everything for you. So learn more and join me 100% free at thisnakedmind.com/experiment. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, as it truly helps the message reach somebody who might need to hear it today.